Okay, so here is a video that I really didn't want to make. And I'm actually kind of upset that I have to make it because it sucks. Making mistakes are a part of building guitars. You will make 142 mistakes in your guitar building journey. So, yeah. Anyway, here is the neck for the Harley Benton kit guitar challenge thing, whatever you want to call it. And I was gonna reshape the neck, and I went into the truss rod cavity right there. The reason why this happened is because I have a method for how I take off the bulk of a neck when I want to do that, so that I can reshape it. And I decided to use this router instead of the one I usually use, which is this one. And the reason why is because the bigger, bulkier one has two buttons that I have to press in and hold at the same time. And I can't really do that. It hurts my hand to do. The more I do it, the worse it gets. So yeah, I'm looking into alternative to using a router, or the big router. And one alternative is this router. As I use this one. And I set it up wrong. This router's big main flaw is this whole mechanism here. The other one has things, gears and stuff that helps you, but this has a very simple, you just loosen the bottom so it can move freely and fall off, for example, and then you're just supposed to move it up to the right place. But it's really hard to tell exactly where anything is because the mechanism, the wheel, is in the way of the numbers. You can't really see the numbers when it's in its base. It's just... And maybe I should just try to find a better router, something that is, you know, less stupid. But anyway, I set this one up. I thought I was going to take away 2 millimeters, and I removed 6. I can't really tell you how that happened, but when I measured the thickness of this, it's, you know, I wanted it thinner because I thought, you know, I like this neck, and that's the thing that is annoying. I like this neck. I like the way it was. I just thought, you know, I'm going to spend a lot of time and energy building this guitar, and I might as well not make a good guitar, but make an excellent guitar, you know. That's a joke. Felt like maybe I should put one in. And I don't know, I got greedy or something. Anyway, in this video we're gonna fix this because obviously I have to do it. And even though I'm not really in the mood to do it, and I kind of just want to go and, you know, watch a movie or, I don't know, not build guitars ever again. Which is the way you feel when you mess up, obviously. We all know that. We've all been there. I'm gonna not do that because I don't have time to sit around and be sad and mopey. I'm gonna show you how to fix this instead. And it's, you know, I'm gonna try to make it look nice, and I'm gonna show you how to do it, and we're just gonna, you know, hope that it works. I am gonna inlay, or I'm not gonna inlay, but I'm gonna make it look like I've inlaid some rosewood. No, some sherry, because I don't have any rosewood laying around, or maybe I do, but not. I have these 2 pieces of wood that I just cut out with my circular saw. Thin strips of sherry. I hope it will create a nice contrast against this wood. So we're just gonna cut this a little bit nicer, because as you can see, it's a little wobbly here. We need to straighten this out and make it look a little bit nicer. The same thing here. We need to make this look a little bit nicer. We're also going to move this in a bit further, I think. And we're going to glue those pieces on, and then we're going to try to come up with something nice to make the seam look a little bit nicer. And it's going to have to be a neck that has a weird design in it, basically. I'm going for a strange vibe. So yeah, let's get into it. And sorry if this seems gloomy, but it happened yesterday. evening. I had a little bit too many things going on at the same time, and I probably should have just not been building guitar. But I decided to do it anyway, even though I shouldn't. And now we're here with disaster. Anyway, let's get going. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to clean this up at the back here a little bit. I have the base, I have the bearings set to the right depth. And I'm just going to see if I can maybe slowly work my way in and get rid of more of this wood here. There we go, something like that. Just a little dibble in there. Let's take a piece of wood. I made one of them thicker. Sorry for the smoke, but it had to be there. I made one of them thicker so that I could try to sort of plug it up in here, and then we're going to carve it down to the same size as the rest, so that the transition is a little nicer. So something like that, and yeah, there's a little bit of paint on it. Just gonna take something and scrape this a little. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so there you have it. That's the end of the video. But it's not the end of the story. Because I did the same mistake again. I don't know what's wrong with me. I seriously don't know what it is. I think it's because I'm chasing perfection, and I don't know what to say. Here's the neck right now. And obviously, if you saw the last clip of it, you could see that there was a little bit of imperfection right up by the headstock and a little bit down by the heel of the neck. Just a little tiny bit of imperfection. Everything else was pretty much dead on. And I decided that I was going to try to get rid of it. And I obviously shouldn't have. I'm an idiot. And yeah. So what I did was that I started to just carve a little bit more, and then I carve a little bit more. And all of a sudden I was like, okay, now I'm going to have to replace that piece of cherry wood that I had just installed, because I carved it away. Basically, I made it weird and wobbly and unstraight and undefined, and I just kept going at it. And then I decided, you know what, I'll remove it with the router and just you know, take off that whatever mill it is, but it isn't a mill anymore. Now we're down to a lot less than a mill, because the entire radius of the neck has changed. Not the fretboard, but the back of the neck. And so, yes, this is what it looks like from a front, and you might think, oh, well, it looks just the way it's supposed to. Well, it's a lot worse now than it was before. This is what it looks like now. And so, there's no point in keeping that neck. There's no point in putting any energy or thought into it. And so yeah, I don't have a neck anymore. So now, my Harley Benton Kit Guitar Challenge guitar doesn't have a body and it doesn't have a neck. And the only thing that I have is the hardware, which is the worst part of that kit. I mean, let's face it, it's not even like, if you're buying the kit for the hardware, you need help, like mentally. I have this neck here, which is the neck that I replaced on my last year's Harley Benton kit challenge. Oh, not last year's, 2022 kit challenge. It's a nicer neck in all ways, and I've already finished it and done it and everything. But it's not a part of this kit, and it's not a part of this challenge. So I've decided, because there is no way around it. I mean, I could buy another kit, I suppose, and just start over, but it's just not fun enough. This is the last video. It's over. If you build a guitar neck, if you ruin it, if you know, you can still follow along. Just when you're at that 99% happy and you have a little bit of a thing that you are unhappy with, don't stop yourself. It's okay that something isn't 100%. It's better that it's, 99% than that it is a complete mess that needs to go in the bin. This is just trash now. It's not. So yeah, that's the end of this video, and it's the end of this build series, because now it's over. So yeah, I hope this video taught you anything. If not how to restore a neck, then maybe at least how to maybe not be greedy. I don't really like these Harley Benton necks. They're too fat and they're too round, and I just wanted to flatten it out a little bit on the back and reshape it a little bit, and I messed up. And I kept messing up, and when I finally got it right, I decided to just go a little bit further, and then I just messed everything up again. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I'm gonna go and jump off a cliff. you stay awesome and cool, and go and do whatever you think is fun. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go. Bye bye.